Welcome to Whispers of History, where the past softly speaks to you in hushed tones. Here we explore the eerie, the mysterious, and the strange corners of history, all while guiding you to a place of calm. Close your eyes, settle into the quiet, and let the gentle currents of time lull you into a world of whispered secrets and strange tales from long ago. Make sure you're comfortable, because tonight's journey may just take you somewhere unexpected. If you find yourself intrigued or maybe just curious, go ahead and subscribe, and leave a comment. Where are you listening from, and what time is it there? Perhaps the strange stories we uncover tonight are closer to you than you think. Now let's ease into tonight's journey, shall we? Imagine for a moment you are standing at the edge of a dark, vast ocean. The moonlight shimmers on the water's surface, casting fleeting reflections that disappear as quickly as they appear. The salty breeze pulls at your hair, and you can almost taste the brine in the air. You're not quite sure why you've come to this remote place. It's a quiet island sitting in isolation like an old secret buried beneath the waves. You glance around and there's nothing here, but something feels off. You feel the faintest chill of something unseen brushing against your skin, but you can't quite place it. This is no ordinary island. It never was. And as you stand there, the wind carries a soft, familiar whisper, a warning perhaps, or a promise that you might not make it through this night. As you start your walk, the ground beneath your feet feels unusually soft, like you're treading over something long forgotten. The air is heavy with the scent of something old, ancient, even. Maybe it's the trees, tall, gnarled, and twisted into impossible shapes. Or maybe it's the stones beneath your shoes, weathered by time. There was once a time, hundreds of years ago, when this island wasn't just a quiet place on the map. It was the home of a peculiar society, one that seems almost too strange to have existed. They built a civilization here, but they lived by a rule that no one was allowed to leave, ever. Historians still debate whether this was out of fear, isolation, or some strange form of divine law. Or perhaps it's best you don't think too much about it. Now let's look back. The year is 1609. A small ship no larger than an oversized fishing vessel sets sail from a nearby city. It's bound for trade, but the men on board never make it to their destination. Instead, they're lost to the ocean and guided by the unseen forces that call this strange place home. When they finally stumbled onto the shore of this island, their fate was sealed. What happened to these men, you might wonder? Well, no one really knows for sure. After all, what's history without a little mystery? Maybe it was the island's people, or maybe it was the island itself with its strange magnetic energy. Either way, no one who stepped foot here left, not a single one. In fact, the inhabitants of this island had a peculiar tradition. Whenever someone attempted to leave, they'd be met with a strange force that would gently pull them back. Perhaps it was the wind, or perhaps something far more supernatural. But whatever it was, it never failed. It was as if the island itself was alive, watching and waiting for the moment anyone would try to escape. Now I know what you're thinking. Did anyone ever escape? Well, historians are divided on that. Some claim there was a single shipwreck survivor, but no one really knows for sure. What we do know is that over time, the island's mystery deepened. It wasn't just the strange pull of the island that kept its people in. The island's very atmosphere seemed to change them. There's talk of unusual dreams, hallucinations, and strange rituals that became part of daily life. But we can only wonder how true those stories really are. You'll find that in history, many of the stories that survive are the ones we want to believe. Now, as you walk deeper into the island, the air thickens around you. You hear the whisper of the trees, the soft creak of their trunks as they sway in the wind. There's a sound that almost seems like breathing, or perhaps it's the rustle of the leaves. Either way, it doesn't sound quite right. You stop for a moment and glance back. The shore is distant now. There's no going back. But there's something else, something that catches your attention. You've just stumbled upon something unusual, a door. Yes, a door carved into the side of a cliff, half hidden by vines. It doesn't belong here. It's an anachronism, a relic of the past. You might wonder who carved it. What could it possibly lead to? Historians don't know. Scholars still debate whether it was an old trade route, a secret escape tunnel, or something far darker. But you don't need to wonder for long. The door creaks open slowly on its own. Shall we go inside? Let's see where it leads. The door opens with an unsettling groan, as though it hasn't been moved in centuries. Behind it, the darkness of an ancient passage stretches out before you. The air inside is cooler, heavier, almost as if it's been sealed off from the outside world for a long time. A smell of earth and stone fills your nose, mingling with something faintly metallic. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you know it's strange. You step inside, the door closing quietly behind you. Your footsteps echo in the narrow hallway, each one seeming to resound a little too loudly. It's dark, but there's a faint flicker of light ahead, just the slightest glimmer, like the glowing of fireflies or perhaps something far more mysterious. As you walk deeper into the passage, the walls around you seem to close in slightly, and you feel an odd sensation, the unmistakable feeling of being watched. Yet when you glance over your shoulder, there's nothing but darkness, the soft whisper of your breath the only sound. Now historians will tell you that this passage, like the island itself, is shrouded in secrecy. The few records that have survived mention it briefly, as if the people who lived here were too afraid to write too much about it. Some say it was used as a sanctuary, a place where the island's leaders would gather in secrecy, away from the prying eyes of the outside world. Others argue it was something much darker, a place where strange ceremonies were performed. In any case, the mysteries surrounding it have only grown over time. No one knows for certain what went on here, but one fact remains undeniable. Whoever passed through this door, whoever ventured down this path, never returned the same, if they returned at all. As you continue walking, the faint light grows brighter until you round a corner and find yourself in a small chamber, barely large enough for you to turn around. But what's most striking about the room is its contents. In the center of the room lies a large stone pedestal, upon which rests a strange object, something wrapped in cloth, old and weathered. There's no mistaking it. This is no ordinary relic. It's said to be a key, but a key to what? No one knows for sure. Some say it unlocks the door to another world, a world where time doesn't exist, where the island's mysteries are revealed. Others claim it was simply an artifact used in the island's bizarre rituals. Historians, as usual, can't agree. Perhaps the key's meaning has been lost to time. But as you step closer, you feel an undeniable pull. There's something magnetic about it, like the island itself wants you to take it. You can't help but reach out. The moment your fingers touch the fabric, a soft vibration hums through the room. It's as if the island is alive, breathing with you. You hold your breath for a moment, half expecting something to happen, but nothing does. It's eerily still. You stand there for what feels like an eternity. The strange, soft hum continues, and you realize you've just uncovered another piece of the puzzle. A puzzle that no one has been able to solve for centuries. What will you do now? Keep exploring, or will you leave this mystery behind? It seems the island has its own way of keeping you here. It seems you've become a part of it now. The hum from the pedestal lingers in the air, gentle but insistent, like the memory of something lost. You stare at the cloth-wrapped object, wondering whether to take it or leave it. It feels almost too simple, too mundane for something so mysterious. And yet it radiates an undeniable pull. The longer you stand there, the more you feel the weight of history pressing down on you, a silent reminder of the island's strange hold over those who dare to venture into its depths. The island has a way of sinking into the soul, its history quietly embedding itself into your thoughts. You can't help but imagine the faces of those who came before you, those lost sailors, the island's inhabitants, the ones who came to seek refuge or maybe escape something of their own. You wonder if they too stood in this very chamber, staring at this very object, torn between curiosity and caution. But history is rarely kind to those who hesitate, and so with a quiet breath you take the fabric-wrapped relic in your hands. The moment you do, the hum intensifies, almost like a heartbeat, steady and rhythmic. You begin to feel something shift in the air as though the island itself is coming alive around you. And yet, despite the eerie sensation, there's a part of you that feels strangely calm. It's as if this moment, this exact moment, was meant to be. You turn the cloth in your hands, pulling it free to reveal the object within. It's a small, intricately carved key unlike any you've ever seen. The metal is old, tarnished by centuries of neglect, but there's something delicate about its design. Swirling patterns cover its surface, symbols that seem to have no origin, as though they've been pulled from a forgotten language. The more you look at it, the more the symbols seem to shift, like they're moving just beneath your eyes. There's no mistaking it now. The key is real, its weight solid in your palm. It feels almost warm, as if it's been waiting for you. But as you stare at it, a thought creeps into your mind. Where does this key lead? Historians, in their many debates, have concluded little about the key's true purpose. Some believe it unlocks the long-lost secrets of the island, its hidden chambers and forgotten knowledge. Others claim it's a key to the island's very heart, a place no one has ever reached. Still others say it's merely a relic, an object meant to keep would-be explorers lost and searching forever. As you slip the key into your pocket, the faintest trace of a breeze sweeps through the chamber. It's odd, considering you're underground now, removed from the outside world. The wind is cool, soothing almost, but it carries with it a strange scent, a blend of salt, damp earth, and something floral. For a brief moment, you're reminded of the ocean, of the shore you left behind. But the scent doesn't linger long. It dissipates almost as quickly as it arrived, leaving behind a silence that feels more profound than it should. You take another moment to breathe, letting the weight of the key and the island's history settle within you. And then, as though guided by some invisible force, you turn and make your way back toward the door, retracing your steps through the narrow, winding passage. Well, the island, it seems, isn't finished with you yet. You reach the door, and as your hand touches the cold, weathered wood, something happens. The room behind you, the chamber, the key, the hum fades away. It's almost as if you're leaving a dream behind, something that never quite felt real but now seems more tangible than ever. You push the door open, but instead of stepping back into the world you know, you find yourself stepping into something different. The island has a way of reshaping reality, of making the line between the past and present blur until you're unsure where one ends and the other begins. As you walk out of the passage and into the daylight, you're greeted by the strange silence of the island. The air feels thick now, not oppressive, but laden with something ancient. The wind has died down and the trees stand unnervingly still, their twisted branches reaching out like fingers in the silence. You can't shake the feeling that something is watching you, not from the shadows, but from within the very land itself. This island, it seems, has a life of its own. A history so tangled and convoluted that no one really knows its true nature. You wonder if the key is the answer or if it's merely a tool, a piece of the puzzle that was never meant to be solved. The mystery deepens the more you think about it, as though the island itself is testing you, pushing you to search deeper, to learn more, to uncover the dark secrets it has kept hidden for centuries. You're not alone here, though, are you? No, the island's history is alive, and it speaks to you in whispers carried by the wind. You think about the sailors who once arrived, eager to trade or to escape their own troubled lives. You think about the island's inhabitants, those who walked these paths before you, who believed in the island's strange power. And then there's that lingering question: why was no one allowed to leave? There's something oddly comforting in knowing that even in death, the island never forgets. The people who walked here, those who disappeared without a trace, there's a part of them that still lingers. In the air, in the trees, in the very earth beneath your feet. Their stories are locked away, but you've unlocked something, haven't you? The key is a symbol, but it's also a reminder. Some doors are meant to be left closed, and some mysteries are better left unsolved. But not tonight. As you move deeper into the island, the light begins to fade, casting long, eerie shadows across the path ahead. The key sits heavy in your pocket, but for now you leave it untouched. Perhaps it's time to explore further to see where this journey will take you next. You don't know what awaits, but the island's pulse is still with you, beating just beneath the surface. You feel it in the wind, in the trees, in the very ground beneath you. And so, with the key in your pocket, you step further into the unknown. The air grows colder as the light slips away, leaving you standing in the shadows of the island. The path ahead winds through a dense thicket of trees, their branches reaching out like dark hands, as if the island itself is trying to pull you deeper into its embrace. You walk slowly, your footsteps muffled by the thick carpet of fallen leaves beneath you. The wind has picked up again, carrying with it the scent of and something else, something faintly sweet, like the bloom of a flower you can't quite name. There's an unsettling stillness here, one that seems to press against your chest, as if the very air is holding its breath. The world around you feels oddly suspended, like a moment frozen in time. You pause for a second, a slight shiver running down your spine as you realize that you've wandered further than you intended. The island has a strange way of drawing you in, of distorting your sense of time. There's no telling how long you've been walking, how many turns you've taken, or how many steps have carried you deeper into the heart of the island. You glance around, and in the growing twilight, you notice something unusual. A stone structure, half buried in the earth, barely visible through the undergrowth. The walls are weathered, cracked by time, but still standing strong, as if daring the island's secrets to be uncovered. You make your way toward the structure, each step deliberate, as if guided by some unseen force. As you get closer, the faint sound of whispering reaches your ears. It's soft at first, like the rustling of leaves, but as you approach the stone walls, it becomes clearer. The voices are almost too faint to make out, but they're there, murmuring just beneath the surface of the silence. You place your hand on the cool stone, feeling its rough texture beneath your fingertips. The whispers grow louder, more urgent now, as if the stone itself is alive with the voices of those who come before you. You can almost make out words, but they're not in any language you recognize. Historians have long speculated about these stones. Some believe they were part of an ancient temple built by the island's first inhabitants, a people whose beliefs and customs were as mysterious as the island itself. Others think the structure was a place of sacrifice, where rituals were performed to appease the spirits that the island's people believed lived within the land. Still, some whisper that the stones are not merely a structure but a seal, holding something back, something dark and ancient that should never be released. But of course, that's just speculation. You wonder, with a hint of curiosity and perhaps a bit of trepidation, if this place is connected to the key you found. Could it be the key to unlocking the mystery of the island itself? Or is it just another piece of the puzzle that leads you deeper into its grasp? There's only one way to find out. You push against the stone wall, and to your surprise, it gives way with little resistance. The stone slides open, revealing a narrow passageway that leads into the depths of the earth. The air inside is thick and musty, filled with the scent of damp stone and earth, and the faintest trace of something else, something metallic. You step inside, the door closing softly behind you. The passage is narrow, the walls closing in around you as you move deeper into the earth. The air grows colder with each step, and the whispers, those faint voices you'd heard earlier, seem to be coming from within the stone itself, swirling around you like an invisible fog. It's hard to breathe, the air feels so heavy. Yet you continue. The desire to know what lies beyond pushes you forward, though a part of you wonders whether you've made a mistake. But it's too late now. The deeper you go, the more the world above seems to fade away. What is it that draws you here? Is it curiosity? Or is it the island itself pulling you in with its strange magnetic energy? Perhaps it doesn't matter. For now, there is only this dark passage, the cold stone under your fingertips, and the whispering voices that grow louder with each step you take. The passage seems to stretch on forever, the walls narrowing further as you go. The whispers have turned into soft murmurs now, but they're still just out of reach, like a language you almost understand but can never quite catch. Each step feels heavier, as if the weight of the island's history is pressing down on you, making it harder to move forward. The air grows colder, and the faint metallic scent intensifies, settling in your throat and making it harder to breathe. You pause for a moment, your back pressed against the cool stone wall. You reach into your pocket, fingers brushing against the cold key that still rests there, its weight a reminder of the strange path you've chosen. What is it about this island, this place, that makes you feel so drawn, so connected to its eerie history? You wonder briefly if anyone else has walked this path before you. But no, there's no one. The island keeps its secrets close, its whispers muffled beneath the earth, waiting for someone, maybe you, to uncover them. And then ahead of you, something catches your eye. A faint light flickering in the distance. It's weak, almost imperceptible, but it's there. A beacon, perhaps the way forward, or perhaps another trick of the island. You move toward it, your steps quickening. The light grows stronger with each step you take, until finally you round a bend in the passage and find yourself standing in a vast chamber, illuminated by the eerie glow of strange, bioluminescent moss that clings to the walls. The room is unlike anything you've seen before. The walls are covered in intricate carvings depicting scenes you don't recognize, figures that look almost human but not quite. Strange symbols are etched into the stone, their meanings lost to time. And at the center of the room stands an altar, draped in the same strange moss that lights the chamber. It's almost as if the room itself is waiting for something or someone to arrive. Historians have long speculated about this chamber too. Some believe it was a place of worship, where the island's people would commune with the spirits they believed inhabited the land. Others argue it was a place of judgment, where the island's inhabitants would decide the fates of those who arrived, seeking sanctuary or escape. But there's one thing everyone agrees on: no one who entered this chamber ever left the same. Perhaps you too will change. Perhaps the island has already begun to work its magic on you, its pull becoming stronger with each passing moment. The altar beckons. You feel the inexplicable urge to step forward to examine it, to discover what secrets it holds, what was placed here centuries ago. And as you step closer to the altar, the voices, those same faint whispers, grow louder, almost as if they're calling to you. They seem to be coming from the walls themselves, as if the island is speaking through the stone, telling you something you've yet to understand. What is it, you wonder? What is the island trying to tell you? The whispers are louder now, almost as if the walls themselves are alive, breathing with you. You step closer to the altar, and the air around you grows thick, heavy with anticipation. There's a strange pull in the pit of your stomach, a sensation like being tugged by an invisible force. The moss on the walls flickers faintly, casting an eerie glow that seems to dance in time with the rhythm of your heartbeat. The light doesn't seem to come from any single source. It's everywhere, soft and pervasive, and you can't help but feel like it's watching you. The altar before you is made of the same stone as the rest of the chamber, but it looks different, older somehow, as if it's been here for centuries, holding the weight of time itself. On its surface, there are faint scratches, markings, some almost illegible, others too complex to decipher. But one thing stands out, a deep groove running along the center, like a path that has been worn down by years of something heavy passing over it. You place your hand on the altar's surface, and immediately you feel a strange warmth seep through your fingers. The stone is cold to the touch, but the warmth lingers as though it's alive, waiting for something only you can give it. In that moment, you feel the weight of the island's history pressing down on you. The sailors who were stranded here, the strange rituals that were once performed, the lives lost in search of something beyond the island's mysterious pull. Historians are still uncertain about the true purpose of these altars. Some believe they were used to mark the beginning of a ritual, a rite of passage for those who arrived at the island. Others argue that they were part of a much darker tradition, used to appease the spirits the island's people believed in. Still, others believe they were simply markers of the island's strange magic, a way to harness its power. But whatever the truth is, it's clear that this altar has witnessed far more than you could ever understand. You feel a shiver run down your spine, and for a moment you wonder if you should step back, leave this place behind, and return to the safety of the world you know. But that strange pull, the one that has guided you through the island, won't let you. You reach into your pocket and pull out the key you've carried with you since the beginning. It feels warm again, almost like it's pulsing with energy, as though it's ready to do something important. You hold the key above the altar, and for a brief moment, time seems to stop. The air holds still, and the faintest tremor of light dances across the stone. You can feel the weight of something ancient, something powerful, gathering around you. And then, as if in response, the altar shifts, slowly at first, and then with an unmistakable movement, as if something is stirring within. The stone groans softly, a sound so low it's barely perceptible, and the chamber seems to pulse with an energy that vibrates through your very bones. You step back, heart racing. The key, it has triggered something. The altar seems to be reacting to it, as if the two were meant to meet, destined to unlock something buried deep within the island. The room feels alive now, the energy around you thick and undeniable. There's no turning back now. Whatever lies ahead, whatever secrets the island is hiding, you're one step closer to uncovering them. The air in the chamber is charged, heavy with the strange energy you just unlocked. The altar's shift is subtle but undeniable, its stone groaning under the weight of some ancient force. For a moment, you're unsure whether the island itself is pleased with your actions or whether it's growing angry, ready to pull you deeper into its mysteries. You step back, uncertain of what to do next. The walls around you still hum faintly, the whispers growing louder with each passing moment, as if the very stone is trying to speak to you. The strange moss on the walls seems to shimmer in the flickering light, casting shadows that move, twisting like living things. As you stand there, you can't shake the feeling that you're not alone. It's not that you hear footsteps or see figures moving in the shadows. No, it's the subtle sense of presence that surrounds you. The island's energy is thick, palpable, like it's watching you, waiting for your next move. You glance down at the key, still warm in your palm. It feels heavier now, its intricate patterns almost pulsing with life. The symbols etched into its surface seem to change when you look at them, shifting like the tide, flickering in and out of focus. The key is part of something much larger, something far beyond your understanding. And yet, it's here in your hand, as though you were meant to find it, meant to carry it. But why? Historians have long debated the key's origins, though no one has come to a conclusion. Some say it was crafted by the island's original inhabitants, perhaps even by the island itself, as a way to mark certain individuals, those who were chosen to uncover its secrets. Others claim it was a gift, a token from the spirits, a guide for the lost souls who wandered the island seeking answers. Still, others argue it was a prison, designed to trap those who would dare to unlock its mysteries. But like everything else on this island, the truth is buried beneath layers of time and forgotten memory. You wonder briefly if you're part of that long-forgotten story, if the island has been waiting for someone like you to find the key and unlock what lies hidden within. Perhaps this is your purpose, to uncover the island's secrets and reveal the truth. Or perhaps it's just another piece of the puzzle that you'll never fully understand. You turn your attention back to the altar, which now seems to have settled, as though waiting for you to make your next move. The strange energy in the room hums softly, as though beckoning you to continue. What happens next? Do you remain here, waiting to see what the altar will reveal, or do you move forward, deeper into the heart of the island, where even greater mysteries may lie? The air is thick in the chamber, the tension almost palpable. You stand at the altar, the key still resting heavily in your hand, its surface shifting beneath your fingers. The whispers that had grown so loud seem to quiet for just a moment, as though the island itself is waiting for you to make the next move. The stone beneath your feet feels cool, but the heat from the altar, from the key, pulses through your body. It's as if something ancient, something alive, is awakening around you. The key in your hand seems to hum now, faintly at first, but growing stronger with each passing second. It is no longer just an object. No, this is something much more. It feels as if it is somehow connected to the island itself, its power intertwined with the land, with the stones, with everything around you. You glance around the chamber, your eyes tracing the strange symbols carved into the walls. The bioluminescent moss flickers in the dim light, casting shadows that stretch unnaturally long. There's something eerie about it all, something that calls to you in a way you can't explain. The room feels alive with energy, and you realize that you're standing in the heart of the island. Whatever you do here, whatever you choose to unlock, will shape the course of your journey. But what exactly are you unlocking? Historians are still uncertain about the nature of this place. Some say it was a sacred site built to honor the island's deities, whatever form they might have taken. Others claim it was a place where those who sought refuge on the island could commune with the spirits that resided there, making deals or seeking knowledge. But one thing is clear: this place was meant to hold something important. Your fingers tighten around the key, and without fully understanding why, you move forward. You place the key on the altar, letting it rest gently in the groove that runs along the stone. The moment it touches the surface, a sharp, almost electric jolt runs through your body, and the room seems to shift around you. The air crackles with energy, the whispers growing louder and more frantic, as though something is being disturbed. And then, just as suddenly as it started, the room falls silent. For a long moment, nothing happens. You hold your breath, uncertain if you've done something wrong. But then the altar begins to move. The stone shifts with a soft rumble, slowly, steadily, as if it's been waiting for this moment for centuries. The sound is almost comforting, familiar, like the creak of an old door opening after years of being sealed shut. The surface of the altar sinks inward, revealing something hidden beneath, a dark, smooth surface, almost like glass, gleaming in the soft light. At first, you can't make it out, but as your eyes adjust, you realize what you're seeing. It's a map. A map of the island, but not like any map you've ever seen. This map doesn't show streets or paths or even landmarks in the way that you would expect. No, this map is different. It's alive almost, with lines that shift and change as if the island itself is guiding you, showing you the hidden paths, the secret places that have been buried for centuries. You lean closer, feeling an odd sense of urgency, as if the map is calling to you, showing you something you need to see. The more you stare at it, the more the symbols on the map begin to glow, each one representing a different place on the island. Some are familiar, but many are not, hidden deep within the jungle or beneath the earth. One symbol stands out to you in particular. It's glowing brighter than the others, almost pulsing with a strange energy. The symbol is unlike any you've seen before, an intricate pattern, a circle with several lines radiating out from it like rays of sunlight. You reach out instinctively, as if drawn by some unseen force, and the map responds. The symbol shifts, and the map begins to shift with it, focusing on a particular location deep within the island, a place you've never heard of before. Historians have speculated for years about this place, a hidden location said to hold the ultimate secret of the island. Some believe it's the source of the island's strange power, a place that holds the answers to its mysterious energy. Others think it's the heart of the island, where everything began, where the island's first inhabitants discovered something they were never meant to find. But whatever it is, the map is showing you the way there now. You step back from the altar, your heart pounding. The map has revealed the path, but are you ready to follow it? You can't help but feel that this is the point of no return. Once you take the first step toward that glowing symbol, there's no going back. The chamber around you feels different now, as though the map has shifted something within the very air. The energy that pulses in the room is not as heavy as it was before, but it's no less powerful. You stand there, staring at the glowing symbol on the map, your heart racing as the gravity of what you're about to do begins to sink in. The path is clear. It's drawn for you right there in front of you like a guide, like something or someone is urging you to take the next step. But what lies ahead? What awaits you in that place the map points to, the place that's been hidden for so long? Is it a treasure, a secret of untold value? Or is it something far more dangerous, something that was never meant to be uncovered? The whispers return, louder now, swirling around you like an invisible wind. The voices seem more urgent, more insistent, as though they're trying to warn you or perhaps beg you not to go. But despite the warnings, despite the rising sense of dread that creeps along your spine, you can't turn away. There's something irresistible about the pull of the map, about the way it seems to call to you, to guide you toward the unknown. You take a deep breath and step forward. The moment your foot touches the ground, the map reacts, its glowing lines shifting once more, guiding you in the right direction. The path seems clearer now, the way ahead illuminated by the soft glow from the map. As you make your way deeper into the island, the atmosphere grows thicker. The trees here are taller, older, their gnarled branches twisting like the fingers of some long-forgotten giant. The air is thick with moisture, and the scent of earth is overwhelming. You can almost taste the dampness in the air as you walk, each step bringing you closer to whatever lies ahead. Historians have long debated whether the island was meant to be inhabited or if it was a place of exile, a location where the outcasts of the world were sent to disappear. Some claim it was a sanctuary, a safe haven for those who sought to escape the troubles of the world. Others believe it was a prison, a place where people were left to vanish, to be forgotten by time. But whatever the truth may be, you're here now, walking the very paths that have been hidden for centuries. And as you move deeper into the island, the sensation of being watched grows stronger. It's subtle, like a faint whisper at the back of your mind, but you can't ignore it. And as you approach the location marked on the map, something changes. The air around you seems to hum with energy, and the ground beneath your feet shifts. You stop, your heart racing, as you realize that you're standing at the entrance to something ancient, something that has waited for you. The entrance before you is unremarkable at first glance. Just a narrow crack in the thick stone, concealed by overgrown vines and moss. But as you draw closer, the air shifts again, becoming dense with something intangible. It's not the weight of the island, not the same pull you've felt in every other corner of this place, but something different. There's an almost imperceptible hum coming from within the crack, like a distant melody, faint yet unmistakable. You can feel it in your bones, a vibration that sets your teeth on edge. You pause for a moment, your hand resting on the cold stone of the entrance. The map, still glowing faintly in your hand, seems to grow warmer with your proximity. The symbol that guided you here pulses once more, as if urging you to enter to find out what lies beyond. You can't turn back now, not when you've come so far, and so you push forward, parting the vines with a steady hand, careful not to disturb the ancient growth that seems to have claimed this place. The crack opens up wider as you step into it, and you realize that what you thought was just a small entrance is actually a massive, ancient doorway hidden by the passage of time and nature's own reclamation. You step through, and immediately the atmosphere changes. The light from the outside world disappears entirely, swallowed by the dark interior. The walls around you are smooth and slick, like polished stone, but older, worn by centuries of neglect. The air is cooler here, almost damp, and it carries a faint scent of decay, as though this space has been forgotten for eons. As you move further into the passage, the faint hum becomes clearer, and you realize it's coming from somewhere ahead, deep within the darkness, somewhere beyond your sight. It's soft at first, but it grows louder with each step you take, becoming a song, a strange, ethereal melody that fills the air like a lullaby. But there's something unsettling about it, something that doesn't quite sit right in your gut. It's beautiful, but eerie, almost too perfect. You walk through the darkened tunnel, guided by the soft glow of the map still in your hand. The walls around you seem to close in, but not in an oppressive way. It's as though the passage is guiding you, leading you towards something that has waited for centuries to be found. And yet, even as you move forward, there's a lingering thought at the back of your mind. What if you weren't meant to find this place? What if you were never supposed to see what lies ahead? Historians, in their endless search for answers, have speculated about this place. Some argue that it was built as a temple, a place of worship for the island's first inhabitants. Others say it was a sanctuary, a space where the island's original people could retreat from the outside world, hidden away in the depths of the earth. But there are darker theories as well. Some claim that this place was a prison built to keep something in. Whatever the truth, this passage has remained sealed for centuries, and now it's finally being opened. The hum is louder now, resonating within your chest, and you feel your heart match its rhythm. It's almost as if the island is calling to you, urging you to continue. You reach the end of the tunnel, and the passage opens into a vast, cavernous space, far larger than you expected. The ceiling is impossibly high, stretching into the darkness above, while the walls are adorned with strange carvings and symbols that seem to pulse with a light of their own. It's as if the very stone is alive with energy, telling stories long forgotten, speaking a language you can almost understand but not quite. The air is thick with ancient dust, but there's something else too, something that lingers in the air, almost like a whisper. You step forward into the chamber, the sound of your footsteps echoing in the vastness of the space. The floor beneath your feet is smooth, polished, and strangely warm, as if the heat of the earth itself is rising from deep below. The map in your hand seems to glow brighter in the darkness, its light casting strange, shifting shadows on the walls. As you move deeper into the chamber, you realize that the source of the hum is coming from a large, central structure at the far end of the room. It's difficult to make out the details from this distance, but you can see that it is enormous. An ancient altar, perhaps, or some sort of ceremonial platform. The light from the map flickers in the gloom, casting eerie reflections on the stone surface. You hesitate for a moment, the weight of what you've uncovered pressing on your shoulders. There's a sense of finality here, as though this is the last step before you discover the truth of the island's mysteries. The hum, that strange, comforting sound, fills the room, and you feel the pull of it, stronger now, undeniable. You have to know what's at the center of all this, don't you? As you approach the altar, the air grows even warmer, the hum vibrating through your bones. There's something magnetic about it, like the island is reaching out to you, urging you forward. The carvings on the altar are intricate, unlike anything you've seen before, with swirling symbols and patterns that seem to shift as your eyes move across them. Some of them are familiar, reminiscent of the symbols on the map, while others are completely foreign, as though they belong to a language lost to time. You stop in front of the altar, your heart racing as you examine it more closely. The glow from the map reveals something hidden in the center, a small stone pedestal upon which rests another key similar to the one you found earlier. But this one is different. It's not like the others you've seen. This one seems to shimmer with a faint light, almost as if it's alive, waiting for you. It's almost as if the island is offering you something, offering you the next step, the next key to unlock the mystery. But what is it that you're unlocking? What does this key hold? And what will happen once you take it? Historians have long speculated about the true nature of this chamber. Some believe it was a sacred space, a place where the island's people would commune with the spirits they believed to inhabit the land. Others think it was a ceremonial chamber where rituals were performed to unlock the island's hidden powers. But there's one thing that everyone agrees on. This chamber was the heart of the island, and it holds the answers to the island's greatest mysteries. And now, standing before the altar, you realize that you are on the verge of uncovering those answers. But the question remains, are you ready for the truth? You reach out, your fingers brushing against the stone pedestal. The key rests there just within your grasp, but you hesitate. Something inside you tells you that this is the point of no return. There's a deep, almost primal sense of warning, like a flicker of awareness that what happens next will change everything. The weight of the decision presses down on you, and for a fleeting moment, you wonder if you should just turn away, leave this chamber, and never look back. But the key is calling to you, the shimmer of its surface drawing you in. It's impossible to ignore. The island has led you this far, guided you through its winding paths, and now, it seems, it's offering you a final piece of the puzzle. You take a steady breath and reach for the key, your fingers wrapping around it. The moment you touch it, the hum in the air shifts, growing louder, more insistent, as though the island itself is waking up, reacting to your touch. The stone beneath your feet seems to tremble just slightly, and for a brief second the ground feels unstable, as though the earth is alive, shifting under you. You pull the key from its pedestal, and the room seems to breathe with you. The walls, the carvings, the altar, all of it seems to pulse with a strange energy, like the heartbeat of the island itself thumping in your chest. The key in your hand is heavier now, as though it has absorbed the very power of the chamber, and with it, you can feel a deep resonance building inside you. It's as if the island is speaking directly to you, its voice reverberating through the key, through the stone, through the air. For a moment, you feel dizzy, as if the world is spinning around you. You steady yourself, trying to regain your balance, but it's hard to focus. The key, now in your hand, seems to be vibrating, as though it's guiding you somewhere deeper into the island, somewhere beyond this chamber. You take a tentative step back, your mind racing. The island's secrets are no longer distant mysteries, they're now close, pressing in on you. The key feels like the last piece of the puzzle, the one that will reveal everything. But there's a part of you that wonders if the island has other plans. Is it leading you to something important, or is this some sort of trap designed to ensnare those who dare uncover its secrets? Historians, as usual, are divided on the true meaning of the key. Some believe it's the key to unlocking the island's heart, a place of great power. Others argue it's a symbol, a representation of the island's magnetic pull, a force that has drawn people here for centuries. But no one truly knows. The island's mysteries have remained just that, mysteries veiled in the fog of time. But now it's in your hands. The question is, what will you do with it? The chamber is silent now, the hum fading away into the stillness of the air. You stand alone with the key in your hand, its warmth still radiating through your fingers, its power still tingling in your palms. The room feels almost suffocating now, too quiet, too still. The glow from the map has dimmed, but it's still in your hand, and it's guiding you, urging you to move forward to find what comes next. You look back at the altar, the stone pedestal where the key once rested. The faint impression of its shape lingers in your mind. You wonder for a moment what might have happened if you hadn't taken it. What if you had turned away, left this place, and never looked back? But then you realize that's not what you're here for. You're here to uncover the truth. And no matter how much you try to fight it, the truth is always waiting for you, just out of reach, just behind the next door, the next mystery. The key seems to beckon you forward, and you can't help but follow. The map in your hand shifts again, glowing softly, highlighting a path ahead. You move toward it, the key still in your hand, each step feeling more inevitable than the last. You pass through the chamber, and the hum in the air starts again, faint but growing louder with each step. It's the same rhythm, the same pulse you've felt before, but now it feels closer, more intimate, as though it's guiding you directly to your destination. You follow the path revealed by the map, your heart racing with a mixture of excitement and dread. The walls of the passage narrow around you, and the air grows colder with each turn. The stone beneath your feet feels slick now, as though moisture is creeping up from the depths below. You reach a large archway at the end of the tunnel, and you stop for a moment, taking in the scene before you. The archway leads into another chamber, but this one is unlike the others. It's not just a place carved into the earth, it's something far older, far more ancient. The walls are covered in intricate carvings depicting scenes you can't entirely comprehend. They seem to move as your eyes shift across them, as though they're alive, telling a story that's too old to remember. At the center of the chamber, there's something waiting. A pedestal, much like the one you found earlier, but this one is larger, grander, made of a smooth, black stone that seems to absorb the light from the chamber around it. On the pedestal sits a large, spherical object, shimmering faintly in the darkness. Historians have long speculated that this chamber, this object, holds the true secret of the island. Some believe it's a relic, a powerful artifact left behind by the island's first inhabitants. Others argue it's something far darker, a vessel perhaps, a container holding something that was never meant to be freed. As you approach the pedestal, the air around you thickens and the key in your hand vibrates once again. The object on the pedestal seems to pulse with an eerie glow, and you feel the unmistakable sense that the island is holding its breath, waiting for you to take the final step. What is it? What have you uncovered here? And why does it feel like the final piece of the puzzle, one that has been waiting for you for centuries? The object on the pedestal beckons you forward, its eerie glow casting strange, flickering shadows on the walls of the chamber. The key in your hand hums, vibrating with an energy that seems to resonate deep within your chest. It's almost as if the island itself is guiding you to this very moment, leading you here to unlock something that's been hidden for centuries. The closer you get, the more the air shifts around you, becoming charged with an unsettling presence. The stone beneath your feet feels warmer now, as though the ground itself is alive, pulsing in time with the rhythm of your heartbeat. You can almost feel the island's energy, its ancient, dormant power awakening around you. It's both intoxicating and terrifying, and for a brief moment you feel a wave of hesitation. What if this is the point of no return? What if uncovering this secret is more than you bargained for? But you've come this far, haven't you? And the key in your hand feels like it belongs here in this moment, like it's a part of you now. As you step closer to the pedestal, you reach out, placing the key in the center of the spherical object. A sharp electric jolt runs through your body, and the entire chamber seems to shudder. The glow of the object intensifies, blinding you for a split second before fading back into a soft, pulsating light. The walls around you tremble, and the ancient carvings that adorn them seem to shift, rearranging themselves as if coming to life, showing scenes from a past long forgotten. The air grows thick with energy, and for a moment you feel weightless, as though time itself has stopped. The island, it seems, is revealing its secret, and you can feel the weight of history settling around you, suffocating in its silence. But then a voice echoes through the chamber. It's not a sound you can hear with your ears, but a feeling that reverberates deep in your bones. A whisper, ancient and long forgotten, speaking a language that you don't understand, but somehow you feel you do. Return what was taken. The words hang in the air, heavy and loaded with meaning. They settle over you like a shroud, and for a brief moment, you wonder if you've crossed a threshold you weren't meant to cross. Was this a warning, or was it the island's way of urging you forward, urging you to uncover the truth behind the island's curse? You step back, your hand still resting on the key. The chamber grows eerily quiet once more, the whispers fading into the distance. The object on the pedestal has stopped glowing, but you know it's not finished, it's only just begun. Historians have debated the meaning of these words, "return what was taken," for centuries. Some believe they refer to a lost artifact, something powerful that was stolen from the island's original inhabitants. Others argue that it's a curse, a warning about disturbing the island's delicate balance. But the truth, like so many things on this island, remains unclear. But you can't deny the pull, the undeniable feeling that you've crossed into something far greater than you could have ever imagined. And as you stand there, surrounded by the echoes of the past, you realize that this is only the beginning. The island is revealing its secrets, but in doing so, it's also asking something of you, something that you may not be prepared for. The words echo in your mind, return what was taken. They are impossible to ignore, reverberating through your thoughts like a silent drumbeat. You stand frozen in the chamber, the key still in your hand, its weight growing heavier by the second. The pedestal before you, once just an object of curiosity, now feels like an altar, a place of power that holds the key to the island's deepest mystery. You glance around the room, the walls pulsating with ancient energy, the carvings shifting and rearranging as though they're trying to tell you something. The light from the pedestal has faded, leaving only the faintest glow behind, but the atmosphere remains thick, charged with an energy that refuses to dissipate. The air is still, but there's a palpable sense of anticipation, as though the island is watching you, waiting for your next move. You can feel its presence, not physically, but in the way the space seems to breathe with you, as if it's alive, waiting for you to make the next choice. You realize with a growing sense of unease that the island has led you to this moment. But now the real question remains, what will you do? The words linger in your mind, taunting you, pulling at you like a rope tied to your soul. Return what was taken. What could they mean? What was taken? The island's history is shrouded in mystery, its secrets buried deep within its heart. The first inhabitants, the ones who built this place, left behind few records, and what little remains is open to interpretation. Some say they were protectors, guarding the island's power from the outside world. Others claim they were keepers of some ancient artifact, a relic that held the key to the island's strange magnetic energy. But no one knows for sure. You feel a tug at your chest, a subtle but undeniable pull that draws you back to the pedestal. The key in your hand feels like it's part of something larger, something much more than just a piece of metal. You can feel its power, its connection to the island, its connection to the very core of this place. And you can't shake the feeling that it's waiting for you to unlock the next part of the puzzle. As you stand there, the chamber feels more alive than ever. The walls breathing, the symbols shifting, the energy gathering around you. It's almost as though the island itself is alive, a living entity that has been waiting for centuries for someone to discover its secret, someone to return what was taken. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself. You don't know what you'll find on the other side of this, but you know one thing for certain. The island has only just begun to reveal its secrets. And as you step forward, the chamber seems to open up before you, revealing another path, one that leads deeper into the heart of the island where the truth awaits. Historians may never fully understand the true purpose of this island, but you might just be the one to uncover it. But the cost, the price you'll pay to understand the truth, is still unknown. All you know for certain is that you've crossed the threshold and there's no turning back now. The path before you stretches out deep into the heart of the island. The walls seem to narrow as you progress, the tunnel almost alive with the low hum of energy coursing through the stone. Each step feels heavier, as if the island itself is testing your resolve, pushing you deeper into its mystery, urging you to unravel its secrets. The key, still warm in your hand, pulses faintly, its weight a constant reminder of the responsibility it now carries. You feel a strange bond to it, as if it's no longer just an object, but a part of you, a part of the island's long-forgotten past. As the walls around you shift in the dim light, the carvings growing more intricate, more elaborate, as though the deeper you go, the closer you come to uncovering something that was never meant to be found. There's a subtle change in the air now, a chill that runs down your spine. It's not the coldness of the earth, but something more, something unnatural. It's as though the island is breathing, its life force pulsing through the passage, guiding you toward your destination. With each step, you can feel the weight of time pressing down on you. The island's history is unraveling, and you're at the center of it. Every stone, every carving, every whispered legend that has been passed down through the ages seems to be converging here. And now, as you walk deeper into the darkness, you realize that the path you're on is not just one of discovery, it's one of destiny. The chamber ahead grows larger, the walls expanding as the tunnel opens into a vast, open space. You take a cautious step forward, and suddenly the light from your map flickers brightly, illuminating the chamber in a pale glow. The source of the light is not just your map, though. It comes from something far greater, something ancient that has been waiting for you. The light comes from a pool, a vast body of water that stretches across the floor of the chamber, reflecting the light from your map in shimmering waves. The water is dark, almost ink black, but it glows with an ethereal light as though it holds something beyond your comprehension beneath its surface. You approach cautiously, your reflection merging with the light in the water, but you can't shake the feeling that this is more than just a pool. It's as if the water itself is alive, pulsing with the heartbeat of the island. Historians have long speculated about the significance of this pool. Some believe it's a sacred site, a place where the island's first inhabitants would come to commune with the spirits they believed inhabited the land. Others argue that it's the source of the island's strange power, the very heart of its magic. But whatever the truth is, the pool has remained undisturbed for centuries, its secrets buried beneath the surface, waiting for someone to unlock them. You stand at the edge, staring into the depths of the water. The light flickers again, and for a moment you see something beneath the surface, a shape, a shadow moving just out of reach. It's gone in an instant, but it's enough to send a chill through you. The island, it seems, is still hiding something from you, and the pool is the key to uncovering whatever lies beneath. The water before you shimmers in the faint light, its surface undisturbed, yet it feels alive, pulsing with an energy that you can almost feel through your skin. The key in your hand seems to vibrate in response, as though it's attuned to the energy of the pool, pulling you toward it, urging you to understand. The faint glow from the map, now dimmed to a soft flicker, casts eerie shadows across the walls, making the carvings dance like ghostly figures. As you step closer to the water, the temperature drops. It's not a natural cold, but a strange, otherworldly chill that seems to seep into your bones. The air around you thickens, and the soft whispers you've heard all along, those faint voices carried on the wind, seem to grow louder, filling the space with an urgency that's hard to ignore. The pool, it seems, is not just a physical object. It's connected to the very heart of the island. You reach out a trembling hand and touch the surface of the water. The moment your fingers graze the cool, black liquid, a ripple forms, spreading outward like a wave. The sound is soft at first, but then it grows, deepening into a low, resonant hum that echoes through the chamber, vibrating in your chest. For a moment, you wonder if this is a trap, if touching the water was a mistake. But then, as you watch, the ripple settles, and beneath the surface, something begins to emerge, a shape, a figure rising slowly from the depths. It's hard to make out at first, the figure barely visible beneath the dark water, but as it rises, it becomes clearer. It's not a person, it's something else, something ancient, something powerful. The figure seems to be made of the water itself, shifting and flowing like liquid, its form constantly changing. It's impossible to look at directly as though your eyes refuse to focus on it, but there's no mistaking the presence of something far beyond your understanding. The whispers grow louder now, but they're no longer just words, they're a song, an ancient melody that resonates deep within your bones. You can't explain it, but you feel it. The island is alive and it's been waiting for this moment, waiting for you. Historians have long speculated about this pool, about the entity that lies within it. Some believe it's the spirit of the island itself, an ancient force that has protected its secrets for centuries. Others argue that it's a being from another time, a creature bound to the island by some forgotten pact. But whatever the truth may be, the figure before you is undeniable. It's the island's final secret, the one that's been hidden away for so long. And now it's finally revealing itself to you. You stand frozen, captivated by the sight before you, unsure of what to do next. The whispers urge you to act, but you're not sure what the next step is. Is this a blessing, or is it a curse? There's only one thing you know for certain. The island has chosen you, and there's no turning back now. The figure in the water continues to rise, its form shifting and flowing in ways that defy all logic. It's as though it's not entirely bound by the laws of nature, but something far older and more mysterious. You stand there motionless, your heart beating loudly in your chest, the key still gripped tightly in your hand. The glow from the water casts strange, fluid shadows across the cavern, making the walls seem to move and sway, as though they too are alive. The air around you hums, resonating with the energy of the figure, and you feel a growing sense of connection. A thread invisible but undeniable, pulling you closer to this strange being. The whispers you've heard throughout your journey are no longer just voices. They're a chorus now, their melody rising and falling, swirling around you like the water itself. It's a song that speaks to something deep within you, something primal, something that connects you to this island, to this place, in ways you cannot fully comprehend. You take a step closer to the water, the cool air brushing against your skin, and the figure shifts once again. This time it forms more clearly, its shape becoming distinct, its presence undeniable. It's humanoid, but there's something not quite right about it. Its body flows and ripples like the water, its features shifting as though they can't decide what form they should take. But there's a sense of power in its presence, an energy that makes the air feel thick, almost electric. You can feel it now, the pull of the island, the magnetic force that has guided you here. The key in your hand hums in response, vibrating with an intensity that you can feel deep in your chest. It's not just an object anymore, it's a conduit, a connection between you and this entity, between the world of the living and something far older, something more powerful. You feel the weight of the island's history pressing down on you. The figure, whatever it is, has been waiting for you, waiting for someone to unlock the final secret of this place. And now that you're here, you understand on some deep instinctual level that this is not just a discovery, it's a reckoning. The island has kept its secrets hidden for centuries, and you, the chosen one, are the one who will finally bring them to light. The song grows louder, more insistent, its rhythm matching the thump of your heart. You step closer to the water, the figure now fully emerged from the depths, its presence filling the entire chamber. You can feel it in the very air around you, an ancient power that seems to hum with life. The whispers are no longer just voices. They are words, words that you understand now, even though you've never heard them before. Return what was taken. The voice, or perhaps the force that you now hear, is no longer distant. It is here with you, and it is unmistakable. The island's heart is calling to you, urging you to fulfill your role in its eternal cycle. But what is it that was taken? You ask yourself this question, but the answer seems elusive, a shadow at the edge of your understanding. You don't know what it is yet, but you can feel that it's close, so close, like the final piece of the puzzle is about to fall into place. The key you hold in your hand seems to beckon you forward. The figure in the water, no longer just a shadow but a presence, is waiting, its glowing form stretching and bending in impossible ways. You realize now that this being, this entity, is a part of the island itself, an embodiment of the island's will, of its ancient, unfathomable power. Historians have long debated the origin of this entity. Some believe it is a spirit of the island, a guardian who has watched over its secrets for centuries. Others argue that it is the island's heart, a living manifestation of the land's magic and power. But whatever it is now fully awake, and it has chosen you to carry its burden, to return what was taken. The figure in the water seems to ripple with energy, its form undulating like the surface of the sea disturbed by a storm. You can feel the weight of its presence, the pressure of its ancient energy pressing down on you, urging you forward. The whispers fill the air, louder now, almost overwhelming, but there is a strange sense of clarity in them too. You understand somehow that the island is offering you a choice, an opportunity to correct the wrongs of the past and restore balance. The key in your hand grows warmer, pulsing in time with the rhythm of the whispers, as if it too is alive, reacting to the force of the entity. The island's power seems to concentrate around you, coiling in the air, pressing against your skin, urging you to act. You take another step forward, the waters of the pool reflecting your image but now distorted, as if the reflection is not truly you. The figure in the water, still shifting, still flowing, seems to stretch toward you, its form elongating like a tendril reaching for the light. It's inviting you to come closer, to accept the responsibility it offers, but there is something undeniably eerie about it. Something that warns you to be cautious. And as you approach, the figure suddenly stops moving. The chamber falls silent. The whispers cease. The air grows still, thick with anticipation, and you feel the weight of the moment settling around you. You can't move, can't breathe. It's as if the very island has paused, holding its breath, waiting for you to decide. What will you do? The key rests in your hand, its power undeniable, and the island, the ancient force that has kept its secrets for so long, seems to hold its breath. The decision is yours. Do you return what was taken, whatever that may be? Do you accept the island's invitation, acknowledging the ancient power that has waited for this moment? Or do you turn away, leaving the secrets of the island locked forever in the darkness, allowing the mystery to remain untouched? The figure in the water doesn't speak, but you feel the question reverberate through the chamber. It is not a question of words, but of action. The choice, it seems, has always been yours to make, but what will it cost you? Historians may never know the true price of uncovering the island's secrets. Some say the cost is life itself. Others argue it's the loss of sanity, the dissolution of the self. But you know as you stand here that the cost is something greater, something that cannot be fully understood until you take that final step. The chamber is still, almost suffocating in its silence. The air around you thickens, the figure in the water awaiting your decision. Time seems to slow down, each heartbeat stretching into eternity. You stand on the edge of this decision, the key in your hand pulsing with warmth, the island's ancient energy pressing against you, urging you forward. You can feel the weight of the island's history, of the lives that have passed before you, of the secrets that have been buried here for centuries. The figure's form shifts slightly, as if in response to your indecision, its presence growing more pronounced, more tangible. The whispers, now barely audible, return to your ears, their message unclear but the tone unmistakable. It's a warning, a beckoning, a plea. The island seems to ask, will you return what was taken? Will you restore balance to what has been lost? You realize now that the choice before you is not just about the island. It's not just about the figure or the key or the mysterious entity that waits for you in the water. This is something larger, something much more profound. The island has been waiting for someone to fulfill this role, to answer its call. And now, that person is you. Historians, those few who have managed to survive the island's mystery, have left behind only scraps of information. Some say that the island's power can only be restored by a willing participant, someone who is prepared to return what was taken from it long ago. Others argue that it's a trap, an ancient curse that lures in those who are foolish enough to disturb the balance. No one truly knows, but one thing is certain: the answer lies within you now. You step closer to the water, your reflection merging with the shimmering surface. The figure within it seems to be waiting, as though expecting you to make a decision. The whispers grow louder, then fade away again, leaving only the pulse of the key and the silent, watching presence of the island. The weight of history presses down on you, the island's power both a gift and a curse. You wonder briefly if you can walk away, if you can leave this place, turn your back on the island's secrets and walk back to the world you know, but the thought feels hollow. The island's pull is too strong, too ancient. You cannot unsee what you've discovered. You cannot leave the mystery unfinished. The truth lies just ahead, and the key is yours to wield. You place your hand on the edge of the pool, feeling the coolness of the water seep through your fingertips. The figure watches you silently, its form shifting once again, becoming more solid, more defined, as if it is waiting for you to make your choice. And then you realize that the key in your hand is not just a tool, it's a symbol of your connection to the island, to its history, to its energy. You are the one who has been chosen to return what was taken. The island's heart beats in time with yours, and you understand now that this moment, this choice, is your destiny. With a steady breath, you raise the key above the water, feeling the vibrations of the island coursing through it. You have made your choice. The moment the key enters the water, everything changes. The figure in the pool reacts immediately, its form rippling like liquid, as though the very substance of the island is reacting to your decision. The hum in the air grows louder, resonating through the chamber with a deep, rhythmic pulse that seems to shake the very ground beneath your feet. The water around you shimmers, and the once still surface begins to swirl, creating ripples that expand outward, filling the chamber with an unnatural energy. You feel a surge of power rush through your body, the key now glowing with an intensity that you can barely comprehend. The figure in the water, once a fluid shadow, now takes on a more defined shape. It rises from the depths, its form stretching higher and higher until it towers above you, an imposing presence that fills the room with an overwhelming sense of power. Its features are still shifting, like water in a storm, but you can see the outline of what it once was, a being born from the island itself, an embodiment of its ancient energy. The whispers in the air reach a crescendo, but you understand them now. The words are not just words, they are the language of the island, a call to its lost soul. Return what was taken, they echo once again, this time not as a question, but as a command. The island is awakening, and you have triggered the process of its restoration. The figure before you begins to speak, its voice like the crash of waves against a rocky shore, deep and resonant. It is not the voice of one individual, but the voice of the island itself, a collective consciousness that has been waiting for this moment. You have unlocked the island's heart, it says, its voice reverberating in your chest. The secret is yours to hold. But know this: balance is fragile. What is returned is never the same as it once was, and what is given up will always be lost. You stand there, the weight of its words settling over you. You have returned what was taken, but at what cost? The island's power, its heart, is now in your hands. But it comes with a price, as everything in life does. The air around you grows still once more, the energy of the chamber now at its peak. The figure in the water begins to fade, its form dissolving into the mist, leaving only the echoes of its presence behind. The key in your hand pulses one final time, then falls silent. The island has given you its truth, its final secret. You have unlocked its mysteries, but the cost is yours to bear. The weight of the island's heart, its power, is now yours to carry. But what will you do with it? The island has been restored, but the world outside still remains, waiting for you to step back into it. You know that the answers you've uncovered here will never leave you. You have become a part of the island's story now, its guardian, its keeper, its last chosen soul. Its historians may never know the full extent of the island's mysteries, but you now hold its truth. You are the one who has unlocked what was taken, and with it, you must now carry the burden of the island's heart. The weight of the island's heart settles in your chest, heavy yet strangely comforting. The key that you once held in your hand is no longer glowing. It's ordinary now, its energy spent, but the lingering warmth it left behind pulses faintly beneath your skin. The chamber around you has shifted, its energy no longer overwhelming but subdued, as if the island itself has exhaled, releasing the tension that has built up over centuries. You feel a deep sense of quiet, as if the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for you to make the next move. But there is no next move, is there? The island has been restored, its heart has been returned. The secret that it has kept hidden for so long is now yours to carry. And yet, even as you stand there in the dim glow of the chamber, you feel the weight of what you've uncovered, something ancient, something powerful, something that can never be unlearned. The water before you ripples softly, the last vestiges of the figure's presence still lingering in the cool air. The stone of the chamber, once pulsing with energy, is now still. The carvings on the walls have returned to their original state, the symbols etched into the stone no longer shifting but fixed in place, like the final words of a story that has reached its conclusion. But the truth is still there deep inside you. You've returned what was taken, and now there is nothing more to be done. As you stand there alone in the chamber, the island seems to embrace its secret once again, pulling the veil over the mysteries it has revealed to you. You can feel its ancient energy slowly retreating, folding back into the earth, hiding itself once more. The whispers are gone, but their echo remains in your mind, faint but persistent. You realize now that the island is no longer a mystery. It is a part of you, a living entity that has shared its heart, its soul with you. The key may no longer be in your hand, but the island's power is still with you. And though you have fulfilled your purpose, you know that the island will never truly release you. You are bound to it now, just as it is bound to you. Historians have always wondered whether those who unlocked the island's secrets were ever the same afterward. Some say they were marked by the island, its energy forever etched into their souls. Others argue that the island's pull remains with you, drawing you back whenever it pleases. The truth, as with so much of the island's history, is unclear. But one thing is certain: you can never fully leave. You stand at the edge of the chamber, the weight of the island's heart in your mind, in your soul, and in your hands. The world outside is waiting for you, but the island's presence lingers. It's not finished with you yet. You know that now. You step out of the chamber, your footsteps echoing in the silence. The island, once so alive with energy, is now eerily still. The strange pull you felt throughout your journey has faded, replaced by a quiet weight that presses on your chest. The air feels different now, not heavy with the island's power, but thick with the memory of what you've uncovered. The trees outside sway in the wind, their branches moving like the limbs of ancient giants, but there is no longer any magic in their movement. No more whispers. No more hums, only the sound of the wind and the rustle of leaves. As you make your way through the dense undergrowth, you can't help but feel the island's eyes on you, even though you know there's no one here. The island has always been a place of solitude, of isolation, but now it feels different. It feels as if it has changed, and you with it. You wonder how much time has passed. The world outside the island feels distant now, like a memory you can no longer quite grasp. The island has swallowed time just as it swallowed its secrets. You don't know if it has been days or weeks or even longer since you first stepped foot on its shores. It feels as if time has no meaning here, as though the island itself is a place suspended in the space between moments. And yet you know that you can't stay here forever. The island has revealed its secrets to you, and now it's time to return to the world that waits outside its boundaries. But as you walk, the thought nags at you, can you truly leave? Or has the island already claimed you, its secret now lodged deep within your soul, its heart forever a part of you? You glance down at your hand, where the key once rested, and feel the faint pulse of its energy still lingering in your palm. It's not a physical sensation, not something you can touch, but an echo of the power that the island has shared with you. The island is with you now, not just in your memory, but in your very being. Historians have wondered about the fate of those who uncovered the island's mysteries. Some say they were forever bound to the island, drawn back to it whenever its call grew too strong. Others claim they disappeared, their souls lost to the island's power. No one knows for sure what happened to the island's last keeper, the one who returned what was taken. But you know that, for better or worse, the island will never truly release you. As you continue on your journey, the weight of the island's heart rests with you. You carry its secrets, its mysteries, its energy, and you always will. And so, the island fades behind you, but its presence lingers, a silent pulse in the distance, always waiting for the next soul to answer its call. You continue walking through the dense forest, the island's dense foliage wrapping around you like a second skin. The air, now cooler than before, brushes against your face, carrying with it the faint scent of salt and earth. It's an odd feeling, leaving the heart of the island behind, yet the pull of its presence remains at the back of your mind, like a soft whisper you can't quite catch. The strange serenity that once surrounded you has faded, replaced by a quiet, almost oppressive stillness. The island feels less like a place of discovery now and more like a weight you carry, a secret you cannot escape. The world outside the island still seems distant, out of reach, as if the island itself has pulled you away from everything you once knew. You walk along the path, eyes scanning the forest, and you wonder what has changed. Has time passed differently for you while you were in the depths of the island's mysteries? Has it even mattered? The island has a way of bending time, of wrapping its inhabitants in a kind of timelessness, where moments blend together and reality becomes as fluid as the water that once encased the figure. There is no noise now, no whispers, no hums, only the gentle rustling of the leaves and the occasional call of a bird far off in the distance. You think about the figure in the water, the shifting, liquid form that had been both ancient and strange. The hums of its voice still echo in your chest, and you can't shake the feeling that it's still watching, still present, even though it's no longer here. It was a part of the island, an embodiment of its soul, and you, too, have become part of that soul. Well, the thought is unnerving, but there's little use in fighting it. It's in this quiet that you notice the subtle change in your surroundings. The air feels denser here, almost thicker, as if it's charged with something unseen. You reach a small clearing, a break in the forest that leads to the edge of the island's cliffs. The sea lies below, vast and endless, its dark waters stretching to the horizon. The sight is calming, but there is a weight to it now, as if the sea is calling to you, beckoning you to remain. You stop for a moment, standing at the precipice of the island, your gaze fixed on the vast expanse of water below. The island, the island's heart, the figure, it all seems to be part of the same eternal cycle, one that you cannot escape. You may walk away from this place, but it will never leave you. The island has bound you to its fate, and in return, it has given you its secret. Its heart is now a part of you, whether you want it to be or not. Historians, those who have sought the island's truth before you, have often failed to escape its grasp. Some have attempted to leave, to return to the world they once knew, only to find themselves inexplicably drawn back. Others, more foolish, never returned at all. The island, it seems, doesn't let go easily. But you are here now, standing at the edge of its mysteries. You feel the weight of the island's history pressing down on you, and you realize that you have no more answers, only the questions that linger. What does it mean to have returned what was taken, to have unlocked the island's heart? What will become of you now? The wind picks up, pulling at your hair and clothes as you stand there at the cliff's edge. The sea below crashes against the rocks with a low, rhythmic roar, but it doesn't seem as inviting as it once did. There's a darkness to it now, a depth that you cannot fully understand. The waters are vast, stretching out as far as the eye can see, but they seem endless in a way that's unsettling. The island, the secret you uncovered, is now a part of you. And the ocean, too, feels like it's waiting for you, beckoning you into its depths. You step back from the cliff, the weight of the decision you've made sinking deeper within you. The island is behind you now, but you can feel it, the pull that it still has over you. You can't leave this place entirely, not with the island's heart embedded so deeply in your soul. The secret you've uncovered will follow you wherever you go, a shadow you can never outrun. But the island is no longer a mystery to you. The key has unlocked its history, and with it, the responsibility that comes with knowing the truth. You turn away from the edge, stepping back into the thick of the forest. The trees loom large around you, their gnarled branches twisting like the fingers of some ancient creature, holding you close, keeping you within their grasp. But you're not sure where to go from here. The path forward is no longer clear. You know deep down that there's no returning to the life you once knew. The island has changed you. It has given you its heart, its power, and now it's up to you to decide what to do with it. The sky above is darkening, the sun dipping below the horizon, casting long shadows across the land. The air feels colder now, the silence settling back in like a heavy blanket. You stop in your tracks, the realization dawning upon you. The island, its energy, its secret, it's part of the world, part of the very fabric of nature. And you have become a part of it, a keeper of its truth, whether you want it or not. The weight of it presses on you, and you know that the island will always be with you, even as you try to walk away. You pause, listening to the soft rustle of the wind in the trees, and for a brief moment you feel a sense of peace. The island has shown you its heart. You have returned what was taken. The cycle has been completed. But what comes next is uncertain as the ocean that stretches out before you, calling you to its depths. Historians may never know the full extent of what you've uncovered, but you will carry its truth with you. The island's mystery has been solved, but its burden, its truth, will be yours forever. As the night begins to settle over the island, the first few stars twinkle faintly in the sky. The wind still whispers through the trees, but it feels different now, more subdued, as if the island itself is exhausted from the revelations it has shared with you. The key, the entity, the heart of the island, they're all parts of you now, woven into the fabric of your being. And yet, as you stand there on the edge of the forest, you wonder if you'll ever truly understand what you've uncovered. The moon rises slowly above the horizon, casting a soft, silver glow over the landscape. The world around you seems to breathe in time with your own pulse, the island alive in its own way. The trees, the rocks, the very earth beneath your feet, everything here feels connected, as though the island itself is one living, breathing entity. And you are a part of it now, whether you choose to accept it or not. But there's something unsettling in this realization. The island's secrets have been revealed, and you've fulfilled your role in its ancient cycle, but there is no joy in it, no sense of triumph. Instead, there's only the weight of what you've learned. The knowledge that the island's heart has been returned, but it has left you with a burden that cannot be shaken off. You wonder, as you make your way down the path leading away from the cliffs, whether you will ever truly be free of this place. The island has shared its truth with you, but it has also claimed a part of you. It's a truth you cannot unlearn, a story you cannot unlive. It's a secret that will follow you, that will haunt you in your waking hours and your dreams. The whispers, though faint now, linger in the back of your mind, like a song you can't quite remember the words to. The figure in the water, its form still shifting, still a part of you, will never leave you. The island's heartbeat is now your own, and no matter how far you walk, you will always carry it with you. Historians have always wondered about those who have unlocked the island's secrets. Some say they were forever marked, bound to the island for eternity. Others believe they simply disappeared, lost to the world, swallowed by the island's pull. But the truth is, no one knows what truly happens to those who uncover the island's heart. You're beginning to understand, however, that the real question is not what the island has taken, but what it has given. What is the price of knowing the truth? What is the cost of unlocking the island's deepest secrets? The island has taken what it needed, but it has also left you with something far more valuable and far more dangerous: knowledge. The forest ahead feels both familiar and foreign now. The trees, their twisted branches reaching out like silent sentinels, seem to watch you as you pass, their gaze following you like the island's unseen eyes. The quiet hum of the wind through the leaves is soothing, but there's an edge to it now, a sense that something is always just beyond your reach, something waiting. The island, it seems, never lets go. As you walk, you can't help but feel that the world outside is fading, that the connection you once had to it is slipping away. The island has changed you. It has carved its mark into your soul, and no matter how far you walk, no matter where you go, that mark will remain. The memory of the figure, the pulse of the island's heart, and the weight of the secret will follow you. It's a part of you now. The path ahead opens up, revealing a small clearing bathed in moonlight. The ground is soft with moss and leaves, and for a brief moment you consider sitting down, resting. But as you step into the clearing, you feel the pull again, the draw of the island's mysteries, the call of its heart. You look around, and it's as though the island is holding its breath, waiting for you to make the next move. You sit down instead, your legs crossed on the soft ground, the moonlight casting long shadows around you. You close your eyes, letting the stillness of the island wash over you. The whispers return, faint and distant, like the wind's song carried on the breeze. There's no malice in them, no urgency. Just a gentle reminder that the island is still here, still with you, and always will be. You wonder how long you will carry its truth. Will it be with you forever, growing heavier with time? Or will it fade like a dream, lost to the distance of years? You don't know. The truth of the island is too vast, too intricate to ever fully understand. All you know is that it has become part of you, as much a part of your life now as anything else. You think of the world outside the island, the people you once knew, the life you once led. Is it still the same, or has the island's influence already reached beyond the shore, touching lives you never expected? The truth is, you may never know. The island's pull is not limited to its boundaries. It reaches out, weaving itself into the fabric of time and memory. The island has shared its heart with you, but it has also taken something from you, something you may never get back. For now, though, you remain here, sitting in the moonlit clearing, the soft wind rustling through the trees. You let the island's secrets settle around you, understanding that you have become part of its story, a keeper of its heart, a part of its pulse. And with that thought, you close your eyes, letting the darkness of the night take you. Because in the end, the island has claimed you, and there is no escaping its call. As you sit there in the clearing, the moonlight pouring softly around you, time seems to slow down. It's as though the world around you is holding its breath, waiting. The island, its heart, and the truth you've uncovered have settled deep within you, weaving themselves into the very core of your being. The quiet that surrounds you is no longer just silence. It's the island's voice, the pulse of something ancient and enduring. You lean back against the cool, smooth bark of a tree, feeling its steady presence as though it's part of the island itself, part of this unspoken connection you now share. The wind rustles through the branches above, a soft sigh in the night air. The island seems at peace now, as though it has exhaled, released the secrets that have been locked away for centuries. And yet you can't shake the feeling that there's still something left. Something you're not meant to understand, or perhaps something you're not meant to remember. You wonder how long you will carry the island's heart with you. Will it always be this way? This quiet hum, this weight that rests just beneath your ribs, like a constant reminder that you are no longer the person who arrived here all those days ago. You were someone else then, someone with a life outside the island, outside its pull. But now you are bound to it in ways you can't fully explain. As the wind picks up, the rustling of the trees growing louder, and the once still air is now filled with a soft, rhythmic hum. It's a sound you've heard before, but now it feels different. It's no longer just the wind. It's the island's energy, its life force, reverberating through the world around you. You are part of it now, a thread woven into its vast, ancient tapestry. As you sit there, you realize that the island has always been waiting for you, waiting for someone to uncover its truth, to unlock its heart. And you have done that. But in doing so, you've also taken on its burden. The secret of the island is yours to carry. The key you held, the power you unlocked, it all rests with you now. You are its keeper, its guardian, and whether you like it or not, you will always be connected to this place, to its pulse, to its secrets. The moonlight grows softer, the shadows longer, and the sound of the wind seems to lull you into a state of quiet contemplation. It's tempting to close your eyes, to let the stillness carry you away. But you hesitate, knowing that once you allow yourself to drift into sleep, the island will claim that part of you too. You will become even more entwined with it. And yet you know that this connection is inevitable. There is no walking away from it now. So you close your eyes, allowing the gentle hum of the island to cradle you. The world outside the island feels distant now, like a faded memory, but you know that in time you will return to it. The island's heartbeat will guide you. It always has, and it always will. The next morning, or what you assume is morning, given the soft light that filters through the trees, you rise slowly from where you sat the night before. The air is crisp, cooler than it had been the night before, but there's a subtle warmth to it, as though the island itself has wrapped you in a blanket of its energy. You feel different, but you can't quite place how. The island has left its mark on you, not just in your memories, but in the way you feel, the way you perceive the world around you. The path ahead is clear now, though you hadn't noticed it when you first arrived. The trees part, the underbrush thins, and you see the shore again, the familiar stretch of land that leads toward the sea. The water sparkles in the distance, but it no longer feels like an escape. It's just another part of the island, another piece of the whole that you can no longer separate yourself from. You're bound to this place no matter how far you walk. You take a few steps toward the shore, each one feeling heavier than the last. The key in your hand, though no longer glowing, feels like it's still there, tucked away in the depths of your soul, resonating with the rhythm of the island's heartbeat. You've returned what was taken, but in doing so, you've gained something more, a truth you can never forget, a power you can never unsee. The island has taught you many things, but perhaps the most important lesson is this. Some secrets are not meant to be understood. Some truths are not meant to be known. And the island's heart, though it has given you its power, has also taken something from you, something intangible, something far more precious than you could have imagined. Your innocence, your detachment, your ability to walk away from the island and its mysteries. They are gone now, replaced by the weight of knowledge and the burden of carrying its heart. As you reach the edge of the water, the waves crashing softly on the shore, you turn back one last time. The island stands there as it always has, an enigmatic, silent sentinel watching over its secrets. The trees sway in the breeze, the mist rises from the earth, and you feel the pulse of the island beneath your feet, within your heart, as though it's whispering to you one final time. It doesn't need to speak. You already know the truths. Historians will never fully understand the island's mysteries. They will never know what it means to carry its heart, to have unlocked its power. But you do. And that is a burden, a gift, that will follow you for the rest of your life. You turn away from the island, the weight of its heart heavy within you, and begin your journey toward the world beyond. The island's pulse is still there, beneath your skin, guiding you, but you don't look back. The secret is yours now, and it will always be with you. The journey away from the island feels different now. The path ahead seems strangely familiar, yet distant. The trees that once felt like sentinels now seem like distant shadows, no longer watching you but resigned to the history you've carried with you. The air feels lighter, almost too light, as if the weight of the island's secret, of the power and knowledge it has shared with you, has created a void that you are now walking toward. You can almost hear the island's heartbeat in the distance, a soft pulse in the back of your mind, reminding you that you are never truly free from its influence. As you walk, you wonder how long it will take before the outside world starts to feel like home again. You don't know what awaits you when you return, but you know that it will be different. You will be different. The world you once knew, the life you left behind, it's all still there waiting. But now, the truth you carry, the island's heart within you, has irrevocably changed you. The secrets you uncovered, the power you unlocked, will never be lost. You will carry them with you, in the corners of your mind, in the whispers that still echo in your chest. You step carefully across the shore, the sand beneath your feet damp from the receding tide. The ocean stretches before you, vast and endless, but the waters no longer hold the same allure. You don't feel the pull you once did. The island's call is stronger, quieter now, but ever present. The sea, in its infinite vastness, is just another part of the world you've left behind. Historians have often speculated about the aftermath for those who discovered the island's secrets, who uncovered the truth it had guarded for so long. Some say those who survive the island's mysteries are destined to carry its burden forever, never quite fitting into the world they once knew. Others believe they vanish, lost to the island's call, never returning to the world beyond. But no matter the fate, one thing is certain: the island never truly releases its chosen. The waves lap gently against the shore, and you feel a strange calm settle over you. The island has shared its truth, and it has taken from you what it needed, but you are not the same. You've become part of its story, and now the world outside awaits. You step into the water, your feet sinking softly into the wet sand, and you take one last glance at the island behind you. It feels far away now, though you know it will always be with you, in the depths of your heart and in the secrets that no one else will ever understand. You find yourself walking farther away from the island, each step pulling you further from the life you once knew. The shoreline begins to blur in the distance, the outline of the island disappearing beneath the haze of the horizon. You turn your back to it, though you can still feel its presence tugging at you like an invisible thread. It's strange, this feeling of separation. You were once so sure of what your life was, who you were, where you belonged. But now you feel as though you're drifting between two worlds. The one you left behind and the one that has shaped you in ways you can't fully comprehend. The journey feels both endless and too brief. Each step away from the island brings you closer to the reality that awaits you, but it also pulls you further from the truth you've carried. The weight of the island's heart still sits in your chest, quiet but undeniable, like a constant reminder that you are no longer the same person who first arrived. As you walk along the coast, the wind picks up, cool against your skin. The sky above is an endless canvas, a gradient of soft blues and grays, and for a moment you feel a strange peace settle over you. The world beyond the island is vast, and yet it feels so small. You can't help but think about how little you truly knew before all this began. The world outside, full of its everyday concerns and routines, seems trivial now in comparison to what you've uncovered. The mundane life you once lived now feels like a distant memory, something you might never fully re-enter. But the truth you realize is that you can't go back. The island has claimed you just as you've claimed it. You carry its secret, its heart, with you now. The world outside may look the same, but you will never see it in the same way again. You are different. The island has changed you in ways you don't fully understand. The sun begins to dip lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the water. The light turns golden, reflecting off the surface of the sea in a way that feels almost dreamlike. You stop for a moment, watching the waves as they crash gently against the shore, and you wonder what comes next. The island's mysteries are behind you, but you are left with the responsibility of the truth you've learned. You know that in times the world will continue. Life will go on, and people will go about their days without knowing the island's secrets, without ever realizing the power that rests in your hands. You could leave it all behind, try to forget, but you know that's impossible. The truth will follow you like a shadow in the corner of your mind. You take a deep breath and turn back toward the horizon. The island is gone now, swallowed by the sea, but you can feel its presence all the same. It's a part of you now, and you will carry it wherever you go. Historians may never truly understand what you've discovered here. They may speculate about the island's origins, about its heart and its mysteries, but they will never truly know. The island's truth is yours, and it's a burden you will carry, forever etched into the fabric of your soul. The sun sets slowly over the water, casting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The horizon is an endless canvas, the colors shifting with the fading light, but to you it all feels like an illusion. The world outside the island now seems distant in a way that feels almost foreign, like an echo of a time you no longer belong to. You walk along the shore, each step leaving a temporary imprint in the sand, only for the tide to come and wash it away. Now, just as easily as you step forward, the past is erased, fading into the sea. But the island's heart remains with you. You can feel it pulsing in the background, the rhythm of the secret you unlocked. The weight of the knowledge, the truth you now carry, is heavy. It has etched itself into you in ways that are both tangible and intangible. It's no longer something you can easily forget or shake off. And even though the world around you continues, life going on as usual, you know that nothing will ever feel the same. You are not the same. The ocean stretches out before you, its vastness both soothing and unsettling. The sound of the waves crashing against the shore becomes a kind of lullaby, rhythmic and constant, and yet it reminds you that time is moving forward. The island may have claimed you, but so too has time. It pulls you along inexorably like the tide. The truth you carry is not something you can share with anyone else. It's a burden, a heavy responsibility that will live only in your soul. The island has shown you its heart, and you are now its keeper. The figure in the water, the whispers, the key, these are part of you now. They always will be. As the last light of the sun disappears beyond the horizon, leaving the sky bathed in twilight, you sit down on the wet sand, watching as the stars begin to twinkle in the sky. The world is quiet now, the only sound the gentle lapping of the waves. For a moment, you feel a strange calm, the kind that comes only when the weight of the world settles into its rightful place. Historians have speculated for years about the island's purpose, its origin, and its secret. They may never know the full extent of what you've uncovered, and perhaps that's for the best. The truth is something only you can carry. And as the waves wash away the footprints you've left behind, you realize that you, too, are like the island's mysteries, hidden, untouched, and forever out of reach. But the island is with you. The heart of it beats in your chest. The truth you unlocked will never be forgotten, and you will never truly be free of the island. You are its keeper, its chosen one, and as the night deepens, you settle into the quiet, knowing that your journey has only just begun. The night settles over you like a blanket, soft and unyielding. The stars above twinkle faintly, distant and cold, their light barely reaching the earth. The sea is dark now, no longer reflecting the sky's warmth, but instead absorbing its chill. The wind stirs the sand at your feet, a soft reminder that the world still moves, still breathes, but you are a still point in the center of it all. The island's pulse is quiet now, but it remains within you, a steady rhythm that you cannot escape. As you sit there, lost in thought, the weight of the island's secret begins to settle more heavily within you. The key, the figure, the whispers, they are all gone now, but their imprint is permanent. You feel it deep in your chest, like a truth too large for words. It's not just the knowledge you've unlocked, but the understanding that you are now a part of something much older, much larger than yourself. The island has made you its keeper, and there's no turning back from that. The gentle rush of the waves against the shore is the only sound that fills the silence, and yet it feels like the island itself is still watching. There is a quiet, knowing presence to the land and sea, as though they're aware of your every move. You realize now that the island never truly lets go. It has claimed you, and you have claimed it, forever intertwined in a cycle of secrets and power that will follow you as long as you live. You feel the cool sand beneath you, the sensation of the earth grounding you, and yet the island's power still hums within you, a steady reminder that you are part of it. There's no escaping it now. You are its keeper, and in some way it is also yours. The stars above seem to blink with an ancient wisdom, and you wonder what they've seen in the centuries that have passed. What stories they could tell if only someone could understand. Perhaps they too carry the weight of secrets, secrets that no one is meant to know, truths that belong to the land itself. As you sit there, lost in the rhythm of the waves and the pulse of the island, you begin to understand something important. The island's truth is not just a thing to be unlocked or understood. It is a part of life, a force that connects everything. It is the pulse of the earth, the rhythm of the tides, and the heartbeat of all that is ancient and hidden in the world. You know now that you can never forget it. The island has claimed you, and you are bound to it in ways you cannot explain. But even as you wonder how your life will unfold, you realize that this connection, this weight you carry, is not just a burden. It is a part of who you are now. And with that understanding, you close your eyes, feeling the gentle rhythm of the world around you, knowing that the island's secret will always be with you. The night deepens, the moon hanging high above, casting its pale light across the expanse of water. The island is no longer in view, but it is still with you, like a memory that never fades. The gentle waves, the soft hum of the wind, and the distant call of nocturnal creatures form a lullaby, a steady rhythm that lulls you into a deep introspective calm. The island's pulse, though quieter now, still thrums in your chest, a constant reminder that you have uncovered its secrets and you carry its heart with you. As you sit there, the stillness enveloping you like a heavy cloak, you reflect on the journey you've taken. The path from the first moment you set foot on the island to now feels like a dream, a distant echo of events that are both vivid and surreal. You wonder briefly if this is what it means to be marked by the island, to walk its path and carry its burden. Maybe it was never about finding the truth, but about understanding what it means to be a keeper of such power. The stars above seem endless, their cold light distant yet comforting, like the quiet wisdom of the island itself. You realize now that the island's story is not just its own. It is woven into the very fabric of the world, a thread that ties all things together, a pulse that beats in time with the rhythms of the earth, the wind, the waves. You are a part of it now, and it is a part of you. The weight of the key, the figure, the island's heart, they are no longer burdens, but companions on your journey. They will follow you not as chains, but as a constant presence, guiding you in ways you may never fully understand. The island's power is not something you can escape, but something you must learn to live with. It is a part of your soul, a piece of the earth itself, and you are bound to it, forever connected to its ancient rhythms. As the wind rustles the leaves around you, you close your eyes, allowing the world to fade away. The island, though distant, is still here inside you, in your very breath, in the steady pulse of your heart. You carry its secret now, its truth, and in that truth lies the power to shape your own path, to forge a future guided by the lessons of the past. The island has given you its heart, and with it, a responsibility unlike any other, but you are not afraid. In the quiet stillness of the night, you feel a sense of peace, as though the weight of the island's mysteries has found its place in your life. You are its keeper, but you are also free. Free to walk forward, carrying its truth with you, knowing that no matter where you go, the island will always be a part of you. The stars shine brighter now, their cold light reflecting off the surface of the sea as the island recedes into the distance, a part of your past, but also a part of your future. The island's story is yours to carry, and with that knowledge, you rise and begin to walk forward toward the world beyond. And as you walk, you know that the island's secret, its heartbeat, will guide you always. The wind whispers as if saying goodbye, but also saying you will always be a part of it. And with that final thought, you step forward into the unknown. The island is behind you, but its pulse beats in your chest forevermore.